Upland Kingdoms has an incredibly wide range of building types. In this video, we'll be going over the 5 food-related buildings: farms, granaries, kitchens, breweries, and cookpots. Here to talk about farms is Joe.
Thanks, Eva. A farm can have any size as long as it is bigger than 20 up to. It doesn't require any resources to construct, just time. You can grow a variety of crops, some that your workers can eat directly, some that will need to be processed. A good rule of thumb is that a peasant will be able to farm around 20 up to and feed themselves and one other worker. Farmers will be able to work more land and produce more crops, hence feeding more people.
Isn't that something? So it doesn't need resources to construct. That's fantastic for getting crops up early. We just need to make sure we grow crops we can feed our peasants directly. 20 up to per peasant seems like a lot. Joe is now going to tell us about the granary.
Thanks, Eva. So the granary is where all your food and food-adjacent resources are stored. As your kingdom grows in population, you will need to build these to ensure you can store enough food to feed your workers year-round. This building can be built to any size, with each up to of size giving an additional 200 storage space. Just be sure to keep an eye out for rats.
Rats? Ew. I hate rats. So this sounds like it's very easy to build and store more food, but we need to make sure we don't store it all in one place, I think, is what I'm hearing. So Joe, could you now tell us about the kitchen? And what about cookpots or the brewery?
Let's start with the kitchen since you mentioned that first. The kitchen is the larger, 35 up to, more advanced, and more efficient form of the cookpot. This building will allow you to cook all sorts of food and luxuries for your workers and can employ up to 4 cooks or peasants. It can take a decent amount of resources, but this building will allow you to support a much larger population.
So we shouldn't start with this one, is what I'm hearing. Noted. So then could you tell us about the cookpot then?
Yes, we can talk about the cookpot now. The cookpot is exactly what you expect, a pot hanging over a small campfire. This should be one of the earlier buildings you should construct. In fact, that is what your studding iron is for. The cookpot takes up 5 up to, allows you to cook advanced meals that are way more efficient than having your workers gnaw on raw potatoes.
Simple enough. So, I guess all that's left is the brewery?
Ah yes, finally, the brewery. At the brewery, your brewers will turn raw ingredients into delicious and refreshing ale and wine. These luxuries items are used to keep your more advanced workers happy and working for you. This building is 40 up to in size and can employ up to 4 brewers.
Wow, thanks, Joe. All of this was incredibly helpful. And if you didn't know already, you can find all of this information on the game's website under Guide and Improvements. Take care now.